Hi everybody, Rose Ward here, Stampersdelight.com. Thank you for tuning back in for part 2 of Beauty Abounds. And let's hope the internet definitely works tonight. So I thank you all for coming back and checking back with me. I know where we left off last night, and that's where I plan on starting again tonight. I'm going to flip the camera and just to show you the samples that I showed last night. I'll start with those, but I'll be quick about it, and then we'll get right into it, okay? So let me put the comments on. Please let me know if the comments are here. I can see you. Just let me know. Hi, Winann. Let me know if this does cut out. My husband did work on this a lot today, so hopefully we got the problem fixed. Okay? Give me 1 minute. Okay. So, again, Stampersdelight.com, November hostess code. And I see a delay here with my finger, so something, that's weird. But anyway, you'll get the drift of it, I hope. Okay, so let's go. All right, so last night, the last thing I showed was doing the, and of course I had already cut it out. So this was, thanks everybody, welcome back, thank you. So this was the piece of watercolor paper that I did with the brush-o, okay? And let me just bring in the one from me last night, because I already cut it out. I didn't want any problems tonight. So there is the one that I did last night with the brush-o, and I already cut these pieces out. Okay, so I just set them in there so you could see that when one sheet of our watercolor paper, you can cut out both of these great designs. And these are the framelits from Beauty Abounds, okay? And I do see it just, to me, it looks like it's stopping or fast forwarding or something. It just doesn't look like it's... Everybody see that okay? So these are the two framelits, all right? And I'm going to move those aside for a minute. So I already cut those out. And here's the real thin one from last night. Let me show it to you this way. We're on a different network tonight, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. All right, and then this is the thicker or wider one, and I'm just going to pull that apart. I already did it on the Big Shot. Let me bring in my brush and just do that, because I wasn't sure if it was the Big Shot that was making everything move or not last night. So let's just pull this apart. Okay, so this is the wider, as I call it, the wider framelit. And I'm going to show you everything all over again, what I showed last night as far as the samples, okay? I know the butterflies are just absolutely gorgeous, and there's so much to do with them. Okay, so that's the piece that we can see. It has some kind of odd delay. That's what I thought. Oh. Me and the internet just aren't working. But at least it's not cutting out, right? So we'll get to the bottom of it yet. One of the problems, I think, is that there's so many things on this network. Okay, so let me just poke this out. And of course, I'm always looking for something, aren't I? Okay, so these pieces we would poke out. And you would have this piece, and I'm just going to show you what I did last night, because I actually went through this whole video the second time. I know I went back on, and I thought it was still recording, and it wasn't. It stops and starts, but we're getting the gist of it. Okay, thank you. At least we'll get through this one. And then I got till Friday for him to figure it out. Okay, so here's the two pieces you would have. Okay. And this is what I was doing last night. So I used the wider one last night after nobody was watching. And I took one of our new papers here. Oh, it's a Facebook problem. Thank you, Megan. Something to do with mirror imaging, cutting them off. Not sure if that helps. Yes, Megan, it does, because I did hear other people were having Facebook problems doing live videos, but it just seemed like I was having more than most. But I'm not one to give up, so I will just keep trying. So these are our new Memories and More cards pack, okay? The envelopes. And let me show you a couple things I found with that. So here is the matching envelope. Yeah, it's on like a delay right now because I'm flipping this and then I see myself in the mirror or in the camera here and it's delayed. So hopefully Facebook will fix that. And it's not me. Yay! It's not me. Okay, and then what I would do is I would put this down. I'm not going to poke out all those little pieces right now because I just want to show you what I was doing last night before it all froze. So I laid it down on there. And then the thinner one, which is this, I cut out 2 of them because I'm going to use that one, okay, later. Because I came up with another idea after it messed up last night. So let me bring in the card that I did last night, which you were supposed to see. So this is the card with the watercolor paper behind it, the thicker image with all those pieces poked out, which I'm not going to do right now. And then the thinner one I did in the silver foil paper. Now I will tell you that when you use this part of it, the thinner one, I used our adhesive sheets, and I think I told you that last night, because it really does make it easier to hold that down when you use the double-sided adhesive sheets. So, yeah, it looks like when I move my hand too fast. Anyway, so that's how I did that last night, which you missed that part of it. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And then the little doodads are new embellishments, which are from the Happiness Blooms. Yeah, see, when I move my hands too fast, it looks like it stops. Yes, the dies overlay each other. Absolutely, Megan. That's what I love so much about it. So that was the card that you missed last night. So what I decided to do tonight, since you missed that, is I'm going to show you something else I did. I didn't quite finish this one, but I used Designer Series paper to cut out the wider butterflies. And then this has a window sheet behind it. And I'm going to give you an idea. I'm going to show you how I did that. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. And you can see behind it, and I'm doing this slowly because I know there's some kind of, no, it froze and then it came back. Okay, well, we're going to go quickly through this so I don't lose anybody, okay? So you see the back side of the butterfly there. Okay. So that, and I didn't decorate this one with embellishments. I just kind of played with this, and I am going to show you how to do this one if I don't lose it. Okay. So again, let me bring this one in. This is the same thing, the wider butterflies on that blue paper. I didn't embellish anything yet because I was hoping that the camera, that Facebook stayed with me. But I did want to show you something else. This envelope right here, I was going through my paper pumpkin pieces that I didn't finish. And look at this. I found these awesome tags. I don't even know which ones they were from because I boxed up all the ones that I didn't do. Can you see that little line there? The little blue lines? They go, to me, they go with this. So I'm thinking, I can make a little tag saying on here. And maybe I'll do that tonight. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. She says it's lovely as it is. Okay, so let me show you how I did this card. Give you the idea anyway, because I'm going to change it up a bit. Okay, so I'm bringing in a piece of, and I think I called it Calypso Coral last night. Or did I use the Calypso Coral? Nope, I used the Grapefruit Grove. this piece right here, and yes, I know it is like freezing a little bit. Is it a clear film to make it stable? That's our window sheet, is the clear piece. Okay, so this piece right here is 4 1/4 by 9 1/4. And what I did, and you've seen me do this kind of fold before, but this is just a little bit different. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter, paper trimmer, and I'm going to score it at 2 1/2. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it around just because it's easier for me. And I'm going to score it. Actually, I'm going to cut it. This time I'm going to cut it. Normally I would score it, but this time I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. So remember, I did 4 1/4 by 9 1/4. I scored it at 2 inches on one side, and I cut 2 inches off on the other. But I'm going to use this little piece. If you recall, one of the other videos that I did, I put the window sheet in here, and I used the card like this. You know, I stamped in here. And one of them was the Christmas balls that I did this to. But this I'm going to do a little bit different. This one, what I decided to do, and I haven't done this yet. I'm playing with it live, okay? I'm going to take my snail, and I'm going to snail this piece. Now, normally you would put a piece in here where you could write something on, right? But I want to do something a little bit different. I don't even know if it's going to work, but let's try it. I'm going to snail that down, because remember, it's this similar card, okay? Oh no, Kathleen is frozen. Did anybody else freeze? Please tell me it's unfrozen. I'm just going to lay that right in there. I'm still green. I also know to look up at the top and see if it's a green light, and it looks like it's still working. So anybody else, let me know if I froze on you. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece right here. And I'm going to snail that down. So I'm just going to snail this down. You're okay? Still working? Everybody else is still working? Oh, thank you, baby Jesus. Okay, and I'm just snailing that piece down. So this is the front of my card. All right, are you ready? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Now, I don't like to have the glue lines, so I'm going to use this. Now remember this, let me show you how I did this one first. Okay, this one right here, I would have put this piece right here. Actually, maybe I will do that. I changed it already. Okay, so this is why I like doing it live. It's like doing my classes. The girls know that I change things as I'm doing them. I'm just laying that right over that window sheet. Okay, so you see you got that little peak there. Got a little window peak. Spotty. Okay, Kathleen. Everybody else says they're good. I'm not frozen. And I apologize. But Facebook's got to get it together. Okay, now see the inside. I don't like seeing that. So I'm going to fix that in a minute. But before I do that, because this has to dry, remember I showed you these two pieces of the watercolor paper with the brush-o. And I used the thicker one for the card from last night, which was right here. Okay. Well, I'm going to use the thinner one here, and I'm going to lay that right over the top. Look at that. Now, I use detail glue. I like it because it really holds, and it's very precisioned, okay? Tombow would work. Anybody that's out there that likes Tombow, that's great too. What I'm doing right now is I'm just putting some glue. I don't really want to put it too much on the inside of my butterflies because remember I got that little window sheet there. So I'm just putting it where it's going to be on the cardstock, if that makes sense, okay? All right. Now I saw Gail. Gail, I saw you were on. Oh, great, Fern. Gail, have you been having any problems with your Facebook Lives? Just curious. Okay. Now always remember to put the top back on right away. Okay, because it will dry very quickly. All right, and now I'm just going to bring this back in. I'm trying to move my hand slowly because I know this is an issue. And I'm just going to lay that right over here. Now, not that I'm being a tease, but I always put my block or something down there to hold that in place. Now I'm going to bring in some more of that Designer Series paper, and this is from the Sale A Bration catalog, just so you could see it, because I use that a lot with this Beauty Abounds, okay? And even though it goes with the Butterfly Gala, it really works out good with this too. Let me just bring this piece in. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of white cardstock, and you'll see why in a minute. Remember I said I don't like to see those lines of snail. Okay. Okay, yeah, Fern, I apologize. I'm still having problems here. Gail says she doesn't have problems when she does hers, but okay, so now see it's already glued down. Now I'm going to open this up. And these 2 pieces that I cut, I'm going to put inside. Because I don't want that to show. Again, let me fold it. So let me bring this up to the camera. See how that looks? Okay, and then inside here, the smaller piece, I'm going to put right here because you're not going to see that when you close this, okay? And I'm going to use Wishing You an Amazing Birthday. Now, that's from the Hummingbird, Humming Along, but it just goes so well with this set. I decided to use this one. So before I glue that down, I'm going to stamp it over here. I had that stuck in something else. I'm not sure what color that is, but it's not it's not grapefruit. Yeah. Well, you didn't see it anyway. That's a good thing. Okay. Okay, so here I'm going to stamp. There we go. And then I'm going to snail that down. You see I made a mistake on that, but that's why we have 2 sides of paper. I am a firm believer of that. I'm going to put that right down here. And then just to make it a little prettier, I mean, not that it has to be prettier. There's nothing prettier than this paper. Okay, so that would be the front. You really don't need a saying on it, but you can put one. And I'm going to do something with that in a minute. I'm going to look for my tool, which I don't have because everything is buried here. Okay, and I'm just going to put some of these, scatter these around. And maybe one more. Okay, I lied. Maybe one more. My take your pick tool is somewhere buried. Okay, so when you look at that, this would be the front of the card. It's frozen completely now for you. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just going to keep on going here. And then, because this is Grapefruit Grove, I don't want the grapefruit. I want more of maybe the green. This really is upsetting, though, because I love playing with these dies. But that's okay. I'll be back to play with them again. I just felt like getting away from a little bit of Christmas cards. That's why I decided to play with this set. So I will be using them more. I will be back on here Friday morning at 7 o'clock, and hopefully Facebook will have their problems fixed. Okay. Now, I might want to put that a little glue here. Just drop that right there. And I'm just holding it with my finger for a second till it dries. You really don't need much with this framelit set because it's just beautiful by itself. So I'm also going to bring in the other cards that I did that you might have missed. You haven't even started your Christmas cards yet, Win. Oh my God, Win Ann hasn't started them. So again, this was just something I thought of last night after I got cut off from Facebook to try. I like it. What do you think? Oop, I just noticed I put that on a little crooked now, didn't I? That's what my nails are good for, since I don't have my tool. Let's just fix that right now. Now let's leave it. Okay, so that's one of them. Okay, so again, I apologize for all the Facebook live problems I've had yesterday and today. Hopefully it will be better when I come back Friday morning at 7 a.m. Okay, let me bring in the other cards that I did so that you could see these. Again, this is Beauty Abounds, the stamp set. And then, of course, all the framelits. There are, I think there's like 20 framelits in here. But, of course, the two best ones that we have are these two. Love those. So let me just show you the cards again. Okay, this was one of them with our new Night of Navy Memories and More large cards. Then I did this one. If you didn't see these on part 1, this is another one using the Designer Series paper from the Celebration catalog. And this is a stamp, the stamp right here. Okay, another one that I did is this one. And you see this is the thin framelit with just a backwash using the watercolor paper. And the one that started it all, which was I did with regular white cardstock, was this. And again, you'll see that it was the watercolor paper with the brush-o, and then the glitter paper over it instead of the foil. The foil was on this one. And you can just see the two variations. And then one of my favorites is using the green glitter paper from the holiday catalog, which looks like that one. Okay, if everybody can see that. Oh no, I can definitely make a card with the new frog set. We're allowed to use any of the new products that we got. Well, I just can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I will definitely do that. Maybe I'll even throw one in there on Friday morning. Okay, I love this one. So those were a Beauty Abounds, and then just to show how they coordinate too, because remember I'm using the paper, the Designer Series paper from the Celebration, and then I also used Birthday Butterfly Gala and some gingham paper. And I just like to show you how they all kind of coordinate, because now this stamp set, the Butterfly Gala, also goes with our Designer Series paper from the Celebration catalog. We have this one. You know what? Yes, you can cut them apart. And I'll just show you that in 1 second, okay? I'm glad you asked that. So there we go with that. And again, this is that Designer Series paper. And here's another one. Now, again, this is with the Butterfly Gala, which I think coordinates really well with the Beauty Abounds. Okay, now, you wanted to see if this cuts... here, I'll do one right here. Let me show you how this can work. Okay, so here's the one with the one framelit. Okay, it's the real thin one. Maybe I want to do the thicker one. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll use this one. You could probably see it better. Here's the thicker one that I didn't poke out all the pieces to yet. You see me doing that? Okay, so just look at that butterfly down at the bottom. If I take my paper snips, I can cut him. And I have an individual butterfly. I always put my glitter paper up and my framelits down on it. But what I was saying last night is I run the frame, run it through and back once, you know, up and back once. And then I flip it. And then I put the cutting pad on top. So it cuts up this way too. I found that works a lot better. Does that make sense? So I run it through the Big Shot, up and back. Then I take it out and I flip it up and I run it through one time like that. And it seems to get a lot of these pieces out. This one didn't work because I didn't do it that way. And it's thicker paper. But anyway, now let me show you. Here's one butterfly. Here's another little one over on the side here. I can just snip him off. And it didn't mess up the big butterfly. And there's another little butterfly. I know he might be hard to see. And I know the connection's not perfect, but you can see him now. So again, that's what I had to show you last night, which cut out. I apologize again from the bottom of my heart. I can't thank you enough, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning back in. So these are all the cards that I've been playing with again, Beauty Abounds and Butterfly Gala. And let's not forget the other one that I like is the Humming Along, because I think that would go great with this set. And just to prove it, I'm going to show you a real quick card. How about that? Okay. So Humming Along, I'm just going to move all these out of the way. And here I have yellow, my yellow Daffodil Delight. And I forgot I was going to actually show you this because I was not sure how the internet would hold out. But I guess it's holding out pretty well, so let's go with this. So let me just show you something real quick here. I have Daffodil Delight. I have that same beautiful paper. And I will have still shots of this on my blog tomorrow. I'm just going to go ahead. And again, these are real quick, easy, simple cards that I'm doing. Sort of. I'm just going to put this right here. Okay. You're not seeing anybody else's comments? I don't know about that. Hopefully you'll be able to see them later on. The whole thing has got me discombobulated, and I just don't know what's going on with it anymore, but I've just decided to go with it until I can't anymore. So let me bring my blends in. So now I have one of the hummingbirds cut out, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my blends here. I'm going to do this real quick because I know you don't want to see me color. Maybe you do. I'm being a little messy. So this is the Smoky Slate. I'm just coloring. I'm not going to use a lot of colors because I don't want to have you waiting the whole time watching me color. Okay, there's his wings. Can anybody else see everybody else's comments? I was playing around with so much stuff, I'll tell you the truth. I have no idea what I got on, off. I'm just glad you can see me. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm just doing a little coloring here. I'm almost done. Okay, everybody else can see the comments? All right, great. Let me just bring this in. Bring this in here. And then I think I want to use a little yellow here. I have no idea if birds are really this, but my birds can be any color they want. Whoop, wrong side. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he's cute. And then, of course, I got to put a little wing Castella on. Almost done. Gail, did you try swiping your screen so you could see the comments? Okay. So again, I'm bringing in the butterfly. I'm bringing in my humming along. I'm going to throw some, well, I'm not going to throw them on there. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. I'm just going to point that down there. I got this little oval that I've already cut out. Make sure this is cleaned off, sort of. I always need birthday cards, so I'm doing this as a birthday card. Okay, you can't see the comments either. Okay, well, maybe it's my fault. I was so worried about just making sure you could see me. Listen, if I definitely am not a tech guru, that's for sure. I'm just going to put some more dimensionals on here. Sweet card, quick, easy card that anybody can do. Isn't that great? So I hope you like the cards. Now the other humming along cards that I had done and I showed last night were these two. Oh, thank you, Danette. Thank you, Beverly. Like I said, I can see everybody's comments. I'm not sure why you can't. A couple of people said they could see them. And Fern's saying that the video is blurry. And I always go back and watch it so I can see what you're talking about, because it's not always, you know, I can't always see it while we're stamping. So anyway, thank you for coming back and seeing me tonight. I hope you like these cards. I hope you like the cards that I did with Beauty Abounds. I'm just going to put them all back in here. I will have still shots on there. Thanks again, Stampers. And I will see you back here Friday morning at 7 a.m. And I hope that not only my computer and system is working, but Facebook is too. Okay? Thank you. Let me just switch it. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great evening.